Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Stephanie, aka the Limitless Babe, reminding you today and every day that you are limitless. So today I want to talk about a beautiful quote that I heard yesterday that really resonated with my soul. And that is, don't mistake peace for boredom. So I heard this yesterday. I was listening to some podcast and it came up and it resonated with me because I myself in my past have done that. And I know so many people in today's current that do that. And, you observe it and you see it, but it's not your place to really correct it. So I figured, well, let's talk about it. Let's put it out there into the ethers and see if this can help someone else who's struggling with this. So, where I think this all stems from is oftentimes if you have been either the victim of domestic violence or abusive relationships, or even just in general, if you have a history of not having the best, healthiest relationships, or maybe you don't have a history of relationships, then a lot of times we can think that butterflies means a strong connection, right? But here's the thing, what do you define as butterflies? Because a lot of people that I know, especially people who have had toxic situations in their life, would claim butterflies as that excitement in your body, that feeling of a rush that takes over you and that intense chemistry. But what we don't realize is actually intense chemistry is our body recognizing familiar. So this isn't a problem if you've had nothing but a history of healthy relationships. However, if you have experienced trauma, abuse, gaslighting, manipulation, if that's the norm for you, then you getting excited. Oh, hot and cold behavior. That's a big one. If you've experienced a lot of hot and cold behavior, off and on behavior, okay, well, then for you, this is very exciting. So this is triggering your chemical response, making you feel safe, which is ironic because you're not safe, right? Like when we're experiencing these types of behaviors in relationships, that's not safe. However, because your body and your brain are so used to it, because this has become the norm, your body interprets this as being safe, or rather, your mind will tell you, oh no, this is safe because this is what we know. This is the devil that we know, right? Now, on the flip side, when you actually get that beautiful experience of a healthy relationship where things are calm and things are peaceful, because that's the thing, guys, a truly harmonious and healthy relationship, yes, you can feel excitement for your partner. Not can, you will. You will feel excitement for your partner, but it might come surprisingly as a more calm, understated excitement. Okay. It doesn't have to be, that love at first sight, struck by Cupid experience right off the bat. Okay. Sometimes it's a slow build, a slow burn, because again, it's different than what you're used to. But do we really want what we're used to? Because what we're used to hasn't worked out for us, has it? So when you actually give the opportunity to something that is calm, someone that treats you right, because that's the thing too, isn't it interesting that especially for a lot of women would rather the excitement and the rush of like the bad boy behavior of, oh, the hot and cold, oh, is he gonna call me? Oh, is he gonna text me? But does that really feel good in your soul? Or is that just your people pleaser pick me mentality that you have developed from all of your life's experiences? Because I guarantee you, on some level, that doesn't feel good. There's something in your soul that actually feels uncomfortable, even though this is normal, even though this is what you're used to. There's something probably screaming in you, rejecting it because you know you deserve better. You know you deserve to be treated properly. You know you deserve to be pursued and wooed and all the good old fashioned things, right? Like there's a reason that relationships lasted and were stronger years ago. There was a different mentality. And, I'm so sick and tired of people saying, oh, well, you need to get with the times, you need to progress, you need to shift your mindset. Well, for some things, yes, growth is always beautiful and necessary. But I think that there's something important to keeping what works and developing on what doesn't. So if something is working, why are we messing with it? Because What I observe is that relationships nowadays are a mess. And not all of them, but a lot of them. The fact that we have this thing called situationships now, we didn't have that back in the day. And you know why? Because men and women knew how to pursue and how to attract. We understood this dynamic. Now we live in this chaos world where it's a free for all, and it's not serving us, guys. It's not serving women. It's not serving men. And I don't want anyone ever for 1 second to think that, oh, Steph is, for women and against men, or for men and against women. Listen, guys, I'm never for or against either. You know what I'm for? I'm for happy, healthy unions where both partners grow and blossom beautifully in the dynamic, where you help each other become your better selves. That's what I'm for. I'm for healthy. I'm not for BS. I'm not for toxic. I'm not for nonsense. I'm for healthy. So yeah, I think there's something to be said about the old school dynamics and how things used to be. And with that said, back in the day, yeah, I'm old enough that I say that phrase. Back in the day, men pursued, men went after what they wanted. Men, you know, invested in the woman that they desired. And that's not to say that women sat back or sit back and just expect all of these things. But here's the thing, a man does those things because he sees the value that she innately possesses. And a smart man knows, if I invest in her, if I pursue her, if I'm consistent, and if I make her safe, I'll get the keys to the Holy Grail. And what is the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail is all the feminine goodness that a woman has to offer. So the man has all this amazing provider and protector energy that, when executed effectively, makes a woman feel safe, makes a woman feel this peace that I'm talking about, guys. This peace that so many people who have a history of toxic relationships are rejecting, and they don't realize that this is the key to the kingdom. Okay, when a man is in his divine, healthy masculine and providing and protecting and wanting to be the rock and the foundation for the woman, then she can in turn open up and become the beauty in the relationship, not just in his life, in the relationship, the beauty that he gets to experience, that safe. He also gets this feeling of safety and warmth in her presence, where he's able to be 100% himself with her, and hopefully only with her. You know what I mean? And that's not to be controlling. That's just to be like, you're so special that you're the person I want to fall and be safe with, right? I want to allow myself to open up with, and I want you to open up. And I want us to be able to be each other's fortress of peace and protection and safety. And when a woman is properly cared for, listen, I'm not a fan of the phrase ride or die, right? Like, because ride or die, oftentimes you will die. Oftentimes you will get burnt. Oftentimes you will take on somebody else's BS karma, right? But I wish there was like a more positive way to say that. But when you, as a man, as a healthy, masculine, secure man, full of integrity, can make a woman feel safe, I'm telling you right now, that woman will have your back for life. I'm telling you right now, that woman will do whatever it takes to make sure that your family foundation, that your family unit is on top of the world. It's like one hand scratches the other. But unfortunately for the men, because I understand a lot of men, especially nowadays, we have a different mindset, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way of the world and social media and all these false ideas that are being put out there. It has tainted the picture and made men feel like, oh, she's using you. She's a gold digger. She expects all these things from you. No, you know what? She doesn't expect these things, but her soul, her intuition knows that she needs these things in order to give you her best, which odds are, if a woman loves you, she wants to give you her best. But she needs to know that you are worthy of that. And here's the thing, for her to know that you're worthy of that, you need to know that you're worthy of that. And the irony here is that, do you know what makes a man not feel worthy? I know it's not the quote unquote verbal battering from other people or like, oh, being put down. Also, like, what makes a man not feel worthy is when he is not stepping up in the ways that is innately biologically ingrained in him, right? It's something really beautiful. Like I've observed this even with my neighbor and her boys. She has two boys, and I've seen them grow up, right? So I remember meeting the one when he was 4 years old. And that little boy always, even to this day, will ask me, "Hey, Steph, can I help you carry that upstairs? Hey, Steph, can I help you with this? Hey, Steph, can I do that for you?" And he doesn't have to ask those things. But the times that I say yes, he is so proud of himself. And that picks up his self esteem, that picks up his sense of worthiness. And it's because he felt like he made a difference in my life. He made it, and therefore he made a difference in the world, right? Men need that. Men need to know that they have purpose. Men need to know that they are valued and appreciated and that their efforts go noticed. But how can your efforts go noticed when you're not making them? So men, that one goes to you. Now, ladies, on the flip side, are you appreciating them? When they're making those efforts, when they're making those gestures, are you acknowledging it? Are you telling your man on a daily basis? If your man is a good man, okay? If your man is a good man and is pouring into you, are you pouring back into him? Okay? Are you reminding him, you're my rock, you're my foundation. Thank you for being there. I'm grateful to have you in my life. Are you doing those things? Because men need those words of affirmation, you know? So, ladies, that's on you. Are you appreciating your man? Okay. And men, are you pouring into her? Because again, I'm not picking on either gender. My goal and my purpose is to teach you guys to work in unison together, to work in harmony together so that you can bring out the best in each other. And the thing is that when we're doing this, when we're all doing our part, right? It's like anything else. Like even look at ants when, they're building a colony and the bees, like everybody has a job, right? When we're all doing our job, things run smoothly, things run peacefully. And when things are peaceful, that's when true growth can happen and healthy relationships can develop. And that's when our lives improve. Because as long as you're tolerating toxic, unhealthy behavior from a partner, you're not growing because you're probably too busy worrying about everything that's happening. Whereas when you're with a partner that really nourishes and builds an environment for peace to thrive, you know what you can do? When you're peaceful, you can focus on your money. When you're peaceful, you can focus on your kids. When you're peaceful, you can focus on your home. You can focus on all the other things around you that ultimately make your life better, right? It makes your life better. It makes your partner's life better. So peace is the way to go. But a lot of people don't understand this. And a lot of people think that, oh, but if I don't feel this butterflies and this chemistry, I must not be in love. Is it? Or is it just that the toxic part of you is so used to that BS that peace is unknown and peace is uncomfortable, but peace is going to bring you all of the blessings that you want in your life. So focus on finding peace and stop thinking that it's boring because it's not, okay? Because when you can calm your nervous system down enough to recognize that, wait a second, this discomfort that I'm feeling from having peace in my life is actually opening the gates and the doors for all the other things that I want. When you can see that, that's when you're going to succeed in life. That's when you're going to succeed in everything. And when you're going to feel so much better about yourself. Okay. You just got to get through the hurdle. And believe me when I tell you, I've been there. I've been in relationships where I thought this can't be my partner because it's boring. It's not boring. It's peaceful. You know why? Because I'm being loved properly and I'm not used to being loved properly. But now that we're used to being loved properly, let's make that the norm. Okay. Once you get a taste of being loved properly, make that your norm. Even if you don't have a taste of being loved properly, learn how to have those expectations for your life and those standards. Maybe not the word expectations. A lot of people don't like that word. Okay. Let's say standards. Build those standards in your life of peace, of being loved properly, of being pursued properly, of being appreciated properly, and of building and only tolerating healthy dynamics. All right. Keeping this one short and sweet. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure I will visit this topic again at a later date. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. As always, don't forget to subscribe. I always forget to mention that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And if you have any questions or any other ideas for topics that you'd like to hear and maybe discuss, please drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'm all ears. I love you guys so much. Stay limitless.